Hi guys, welcome back. The second Star Wars trilogy will never be retconned, but Ahsoka makes that era seem rather insignificant. The newest Disney Plus series has taken an interplanetary turn, focusing on a galaxy outside the one in which Star Wars has traditionally taken place. Purrgil sent Ezra and Grand Admiral Thrawn to this new galaxy, and both Ahsoka and her foes have begun to make their way there. This is a tremendous topic for Star Wars to explore, but it leaves one major idea hanging in the air. Many believe that Ahsoka takes place between the original Star Wars trilogy and the sequel trilogy, and that it will build up the scenario portrayed in the latter films. Other series, such as The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, have undoubtedly done so, with allusions to Force cloning technology and the establishment of Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy on Ossus. This interplanetary turn in Ahsoka, on the other hand, comes as a complete surprise, as nothing about it was stated in the second trilogy. In retrospect, the creative twist might determine the course Star Wars takes in dealing with the sequel trilogy. The Star Wars prequel trilogy will never be canonized. Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker all had posters that merged together. One thing Ahsoka isn't doing is establishing the next Star Wars trilogy as canon. The latter films have received scathing criticism, prompting many fans to demand that the entire trilogy be retconned or deleted from the canon entirely. That is just not going to happen, given how much time, energy, and money Disney and Lucasfilm have invested in these storylines. Despite this, there are still numerous faults with the film's mythos, and there's no disputing how harmful the film's negative reception has been to the Star Wars brand as a whole. Aside from the recent announcement of Rey's new Jedi Order movie and the 2022 debut of the immersive Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser experience, which is due to close indefinitely, there has been little enthusiasm for continuing the storylines of the characters in the sequel trilogy. Ahsoka may be Star Wars' effort to address these difficulties with the sequel period in its own unique way. Ahsoka is rendering the sequels obsolete. In the Ahsoka trailer, Morgan Elsbeth examines a star map. With the pathway to Purrgil unleashing a brand new galaxy, the saga of Ahsoka is looking well beyond that of the second Star Wars trilogy, which has already widened the franchise's reach considerably more than those movies ever could. This journey alone gives up an infinite number of story options, from the introduction of new species to the prospect of a cosmic war. The narrative of Ahsoka serves as a fresh road ahead, and it may function as more than simply an explanation for the absence of the Fresh Republic-era heroes in the second trilogy. With this in mind, the sequel film's First Order resistance fight feels like an afterthought. The fear of another galaxy attempting to take over or possibly destroy the primary one casts a considerably larger shadow of danger than any intergalactic battle. The only option for Star Wars to create a tale that matters more to viewers than the second trilogy is to broaden the scope, which they are doing with Ahsoka in the most epic way conceivable. Anakin Skywalker has even referred to Ahsoka as his legacy. The World Between Worlds, Anakin and Ahsoka. In Ahsoka Episode 5, Ahsoka has the opportunity to reconcile with Anakin in the World Between Worlds, where he assists her in confronting her past and eventually moving ahead without her responsibilities. Anakin expresses to Ahsoka that she is his legacy, without mentioning his grandchild or even his children. This seems more like a call to adventure from the Skywalker story than the second Star Wars trilogy, when Anakin makes this claim to Ahsoka. It's possible that Ahsoka and her tale are designed to continue on the legacy that the prequel and original Star Wars trilogies desired. Rather than returning to a struggle that feels like a rehash of what happened in the original films, Ahsoka is taking a major and innovative step in transforming the galaxy in her own manner, something that fits in much more closely with the chapters of George Lucas' tale. While this does not rule out the possibility of a sequel trilogy, it does place Ahsoka and future New Republic-era projects in a far more prominent position. With a new galaxy, will Star Wars distance itself from the prequels? The Star Wars sequels and Ahsoka Tano, the second Star Wars trilogy's impact on the series cannot be undone, but the franchise may be attempting to move past it with Ahsoka's tale in the brand new galaxy. With all of the unlimited possibilities, this might be the key to winning over those who were too disillusioned by the previous movie episodes to continue. This narrative not only brings back one of Legend's early antagonists, but it also expands in a fresh and intriguing way. Ahsoka does this while also providing a bridge to the sequel era through elements such as the New Republic's flaws, resulting in an almost ideal recipe for all Star Wars fans. The gap between Star Wars and the second trilogy appears to have already been established, with Ahsoka's galaxy about to be revealed and the new Jedi Order film taking place many years after the events of the original trilogy. This is a pretty clever method of doing it, since it keeps that aspect of Star Wars for those who want it while also providing something different for those who don't. It also expands the possibilities for further Star Wars stories, especially as demand for beloved characters like Ahsoka, Din Djarin, Grogu, and others grows. The new galaxy has a lot to offer Star Wars, and Ahsoka's discovery of it will be nothing short of revolutionary for the whole series. Thanks for watching.